everyone. We're trying again. Oh, this live. Oh, it's driving me crazy. So last week, if you didn't know, my live broadcasts were, they were a little bit out of sync. So, it was a little bit of a mess. But I'm back. I'm trying again. And, yes. So, just gonna do my best. I hope that everything is at the same level. So, we'll see what happens. Oh my goodness. But anyways, so, hello everyone. So we have our first, not first, what am I talking about? Every single time I get so nervous, not before the broadcast, just after I start the broadcast. So I don't know. I don't understand why I'm so nervous or maybe shy. Yeah, basically anyone who knows me knows that I'm not so shy. I'm not a shy kind of girl. But yeah, so it's great to see you guys. Hello. I have lots of things to talk about today, so let's get to it. I have so many different stories to tell you and lots of different things. So yes, I'm really excited to start. Okay, so let's get started. Story time. My favorite singer got married. I'm so sad. I'm literally in mourning. It's so complicated, my feelings. So, so what happened is, so my favorite singer is Gen Hoshino. I love him so much, and I've liked him for a very long time, and maybe I liked him since his single Sun came out, and then I learned more about him, and the more I learned about him, the more I liked him. I think he's a very passionate and very determined man. So I really admire his strength and his courage. So these are, especially as an American, strength and courage are like, whoa, we love these things. He's a hero. So he's not a hero. Americans, we love heroes a little too much. But I love his music, but yeah, I'm so sad. And it was really funny because one of my students, like a few of my students know that I like him, but it was funny. So I have an Apple Watch, and every time I get a line notification, my watch goes burp. I was in a lesson, and I keep hearing like burp, 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 burp. Like, what's happening? Like, what's going on? So I took a quick look at my messages to make sure it wasn't my husband, like, I'm in an emergency situation. So I said, okay, well, it's not an emergency. So I was like, I'll deal with it later. Everybody's telling me, Hoshino Gen got married. And one of my students, she's a huge fan like me. And she says, I'm dead. Yeah, but I really understand. Of course, I'm married already, but just let me have my fantasy, okay? That there's this world where Hoshino Gen and I can get married. Yeah, so I was so super sad, and like literally, I could not. At first, I couldn't believe it, but also when you see his wife, I hate to say it, she is gorgeous. So I can't compete with her. So, but at the same time, I I want him to be happy. He's 40 years old now, so if he's going to have children, it's kind of a now or never time for him. So I want him to be happy, but I'm so sad. One of his songs came on my Spotify today, and I was like, oh, can I listen to it? Is he I'm so stupid. Like, I'm like, is he thinking about her when he's writing this song? And is that where his energy's coming from? Is from her? And I'm like, it doesn't really matter. But, and I do wish him all the happiness in the world. But yeah, a big part of me is really sad. Oh well. I do hope that he's happy. So one of my students asked me, "Oh, well, you never know, maybe in a couple of years, like ... And I'm like, no. I do not wish divorce on him. Divorce is it's a very difficult thing, so I wouldn't wish divorce on anyone. But I'm just like, I just didn't want him to get married. But it was really funny. So I noticed that he did a live concert online. So I noticed, and my student friend fan of his also, we noticed he was wearing a ring on his right hand. He was wearing one here, and then later on he was wearing one here and here, and I'm like, he has never worn accessories. So I thought, I wonder if it's a pair ring. So I'm so sad. But I'm happy for him, but I'm sad for me, even though, again, I'm married. So it's a moot point. It's a moot point. So it doesn't really matter because I'm married, and being involved in that life, I don't know if I would like it. So I do want to teach kind of celebrities, though. I honestly want to teach Hoshinogen English, because he has this wide view of music, and I would love to help him. I would love to help him reach that audience. So Genshin, if you're watching, please. Anyways, okay, next story. So I'll get all my bad stories out of the way. Next, I fell off my bicycle. It was so stupid. I fell off my bicycle. I was so dumb. Hey, Hisai's here. Hey, Hisai. So yeah, I fell off my bicycle. And yeah, it was. So I have. This was 2 Wednesdays ago. So not this last Wednesday, but the Wednesday before that. Did I tell you about that? Maybe. But anyways, I fell off my bicycle, and it was super embarrassing because I did it in front of there's a drugstore on the way between my home station and my house. So I wanted to stop by and pick up a couple of things. I wanted to pick up paper towels. So my exciting life, paper towels. So what I did is on Wednesdays, I have to take this big bag because I have to take my PC, because I like to type notes for my class, and then I send them out and it's fine. It's just one of those, little extra services for them. And so the only problem is that the bag is really quite big, and when I ride my bicycle, if I put the bag into the basket in the front, because I have a mamachari, if I put it in the front basket, the leather, because it's not it's not high quality leather. So it gets kind of scuffed and scratched really easily. So I decided against putting it into my bag, or I'm sorry, putting it into the basket, and instead just wearing it. So it's heavy, but it's not, I can deal with it. But, but when I go to stop and get off of my bicycle, sometimes it's a little tricky. Fast forward to in front of the drugstore. I I stop my bicycle, and I swear that thing steers like a cow. So I stop the bicycle, and the bicycle's like, okay, stop. I was like, oh God, like, what can I do? So it stops kind of suddenly. It's a sudden stop. And so I'm like, okay. And I've kind of gotten used to it because I've had this bicycle for years now. This stupid cow of a bicycle. It was really cheap though. And so I stop, and I feel myself, my bag is kind of caught on the seat, and I'm trying to kind of balance and put my left foot down, and the bag's on the right side. So it's just kind of, and then I just kind of feel myself, I try to put my left foot down, and it kind of doesn't, there was kind of a slope on the drugstore, like just before, in front of the drugstore, there's a little slope. I think because of the slope, I miscalculated a little bit where my foot should go. Oops. And yeah, so I'm just like, and then I'm like, oh, here I go. Nope, it's here I go. And then, so I'm right in front of the drugstore doors. So unfortunately, I don't really know which one. The one of the drugstore ladies comes out, and she's like, "Are you okay?" And I was just, it's embarrassing, but I actually did need someone to I was kind of stuck. Like, okay, now what do I do? So I was kind of sitting there thinking about how I can escape my bicycle trap that I've set for myself. And so she helps me, she lifts my bicycle up, and then so I can get my leg out, and I'm like, sumimasen, I'm so sorry. Yeah, very embarrassing. So I kind of, I just died a little inside. So then I'm like, okay, thanks. And she's like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm okay, thanks. And I'm like, oh, time to go buy paper towels. It's like, stupid paper towels. But anyways, so, yeah, that was my, adventure for that. So let's see. Let's see. Okay, so let's do another story. Okay, so my plant got too big. So I had a plant over here, and actually one of my current viewers is helping me with my plant. Thank you so much, Isa. You're amazing. And yeah, so it got too big. It was really interesting. I wonder if I can find the picture that I sent. Here we go. So you can't really see it, but the roots there are kind of going out. So the reason I really love this plant is it's so easy to take care of, because you can just see how if it's dry. If it's dry, okay, go put it in some water. Then, hey, it's wet. Now great. So yeah, but unfortunately, so I had this plant for about maybe six months. It was cold. I had it since maybe November, I want to say. But yeah, so unfortunately, yeah, it got too big. So my friend is helping me kind of rehouse it and everything, but I do not have a green thumb. So a green thumb is someone, if you have a green thumb, you're very good at making things live. For lack of a better term. So you can grow plants easily. You know exactly, you're very knowledgeable about plants and how to take care of them. And I am the complete opposite. I say sometimes I have a black thumb because everything I get that's alive, I kill it. Not animals, but plants, definitely. Ugh. I've even killed a cactus before. Ugh. I think it's because I don't have a lot of knowledge, and I don't know how much water to give. So that's my big dark secret. I'm a plant killer. Anyways, yeah. So let's do a couple more stories. So I bought some no-show socks that work. Yeah. I want you guys to give me some feedback too about these colors. I was in a little bit of a rush again, but I want to find out what you guys think about these colors. I don't know if it's too difficult to read. So please give me some feedback. Let me know if it's too difficult to read, and I won't do this type of color scheme again. So yeah, so the no-show socks that I bought are really quite nice. And so I bought some more. Yay. So it's this style, which honestly, I think this is the silliest marketing, because who goes around pulling your socks right here? No, I want to see it go in the shoe, out of the shoe, in the shoe, out of the shoe. I want to see that a million times. Not this. This is silly. But before I had bought this type, I think, and this type absolutely does not work with sneakers. It does not work with sneakers. They fell off my feet almost immediately. It was very annoying because I had to walk around quite a bit that day that I tried with sneakers with this smaller size. But I got this bigger size, and yeah, really quite good. They still haven't come off my feet. And another thing I was worried about, because they say, oh, you can't see because it's flipped, huh? It's flipped. Let's flip it. All right, here we go. All right, so this one, yes. The Coco Pita. Yeah, sure. Pitari, really? Okay, fine, whatever. But, yeah, so I was worried about the size, because my feet are 25.5 centimeters. Or sometimes 26. It depends. I don't know. So I'm like, is it really going to be okay? Is it really going to be okay? I'm not sure, but it was perfect. So I got two kind of gray pairs. I don't know. It doesn't really matter what color they are. You can't see them. So Kazumi says she has the same ones. Yeah, so it's it's pretty nice. Oh, Coco, because it's the shape of the... I get it. Yeah. So, yeah, but I like them. So I'm very excited about finally having, because summer's coming up, and I want to wear my sneakers, but I feel like there's real peer pressure in Japan, because I feel like all of the stylish people wear these no-show socks. And if I don't wear them, if I just wear socks and say, forget it, I don't care, it's really unfashionable. So really dasai. So it's like, I don't want to be dasai. So... yeah, but I was really struggling trying to find the right no-show socks for me. I was even searching, abroad, if I would have to buy from the US and have them shipped and blah, blah, blah. So the fact that I found some in Japan, I'm very happy. And yeah, the size is not an issue. They're a little tight, but yeah, it's not so uncomfortable. So I don't care. It's fine. Yeah. Mm. All right. Last story time. I have started using a coffee base. So what is a coffee base? Coffee base. It's actually just, that's all it is. It says coffee base. So I have two, and let's see here. So I have two, and let me flip it so you can see. So I have this Georgia one that I love this one. This one's super good. So Georgia coffee base, and it's the sweet one. So it's sweetened already and super good. It's so small. Like, this is not even 500 milliliters. It's, well, how many milliliters is this? 340. So 340 milliliters, and you get 10 cups of coffee out of this. And it's strong. I mean, well, once you put milk, it's fine. But yeah, this is super convenient, especially for summer. Ugh. So yeah, so you put, the ratio is 1:5. So one portion of the coffee base to five of the milk. So it's really, really nice. I like this coffee a lot. So I bought this one again. So I just finished today. I just finished my first one of these because I don't drink a lot of coffee down here, but most times I come downstairs and do work, I have a coffee. So it's really nice, and actually it's really effective too. So I've been really sleepy lately because my condition has been bad, and so yeah, I've had kind of a poor condition, and and I've been busy. So it's the combination of the two things. I'm just like, oh, I'm exhausted. But this guy has really helped me out. So I love this one. This is non-sponsored, but hey, Georgia, if you want to, let's talk. Give me some money. So then another one, so I got was Boss. So I have the regular sweet one in my fridge right now. But this one is, oh, I almost smacked myself in the face with it. This is the kind of caramel latte one. So I'm like, that sounds delicious. So I'm going to try this one as well and see which one's my favorite. But yeah. It says working time or relaxing time will be good with latte. Yeah, I agree. But it's a little bit strange English. Good coffee time. Good coffee time. Oh, English. Oh. So this one also gives you 10, but the ratio is 1:4. So this one's maybe a little bit weaker. The Georgia's really strong. It's like, yeah. It's like, do you wanna get jacked up on caffeine? I'm like, yeah. And like, we'll jack you up on caffeine. I'm like, okay, let's do it, yay. So, yeah. All right. So let's see next. So that's story time. Okay, back to normal stuff. So I was teaching TOEIC again, and a couple of words and phrases came up. So semi-annual. Do you know what semi-annual is? So if I'll let you think about it while I take a drink of water. Semi-annual is usually once every 3 months, once every 6 months, or twice a year. So annual is once a year, but semi-annual is twice a year. Okay, so let's give you an example here. Wow, I have lots to scroll through. So this is a fake one because I don't know, I wanted it to be appropriate. So my favorite boutique has a semi-annual sale on blouses. Usually it's not the whole store. Usually it will be specific things like blouses or something, or sweaters, or, but I was just thinking something that it would be a semi-annual. Actually, the truth is my favorite place to go shopping in the US has a semi-annual sale on bras. So as a big girl, I really need to have bras that support. So those ones are really good, and I don't buy them every time, but I know I remember it's in both January and July. So those are the times. So yeah. So whenever I need a new bra, it's like, okay, that's when I'm gonna buy them. So yeah, semi-annual. All right, next. Pleased to announce. Pleased to announce. So of course, as a native speaker, I say pleased to announce. Not so it sounds like there's no D on there. So pleased to announce, because the D and the T are part of a sound pair. So I don't say I'm pleased to announce. It's so difficult to say. So pleased to announce. All right, so this is a phrase that is very common in the English language. So I'll give you an example. And this one is real. It was paused due to a poor connection. No. All right. So I'm pleased to announce the opening of my YouTube channel. Yay, YouTube. So, okay, it's pausing due to poor connection. I'm wondering if this is part of the problem for syncing. Hopefully not. So I'm pleased to announce the opening of my YouTube channel. If you want to go and see my YouTube channel, you can look at my profile on Instagram, and it's got the link. But another way you can find my YouTube channel is if you go to youtube.com, and in YouTube, not in Google, but so not in a search engine, not in Google, but in youtube.com, you can type Amy's English Lab and it will come up. Okay? Yeah. So after I believe Instagram live videos are only online for 30 days. So after that, I think they disappear. I don't want them to disappear. I want them to be available to you. I work hard on these, so I want the information to last longer than 30 days. This is not a temporary thing. This is something that I'm building. Okay, so yeah. So please come on over to YouTube. If tonight's video has the same problems as the last two times, I might abandon Instagram in terms of live videos and instead do a YouTube live. I'm not sure yet. Time will tell. Ugh. So I'm nervous about audio quality in today's video. But there was an update to the to the Instagram application. So I'm hoping and I'm praying that it just works again. I just want it to start working again like normal. Okay. But yeah, so we'll see what happens. All right, next. All right, it's time to fix this sentence. Dun dun dun. All right, and so this sometimes what I like to do is when a student has a sentence that they say, I like to capture the sentence and kind of switch it back onto the student and say, let's examine the sentence and let's find out what's the problem with this sentence, and then I help craft one, and then they can see how the process goes. So hopefully in the future going forward, they can also learn from that. And as an American, learning from your mistakes is so critical. This makes it not a mistake. A mistake is a bad thing, right? But from the American perspective, if you learn from this mistake, the mistake part goes away and you've learned, you've grown from this. Of course, if you make the same mistake many, many times and you never learn or you refuse to learn, that's a problem. But once you make the mistake, you learn from the mistake, the bad part of the mistake just goes away. You're learning. It's a part of the learning process. Okay? All right, so let's fix this sentence. When you book this, you can choose many method, phone or website or line. Okay, so what do you think? So when you book this, you can choose many method, phone or website or line. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, so instead we have when you, excuse me, when you book your reservation, you have several options to choose from. Over the phone, online, or online. Okay, now this is kind of tricky, right? Because we just said online. But if you really listen, so I'll say it at native speed. Get ready. When you book your reservation, you have several options to choose from. Over the phone, online, or online. Okay, did you hear it? So online. So the first one, online. It's just one word. But we have two words for online. So online. So we even have the intonation is different. Online. So online. So the speed is a little bit different. Okay? All right. And if this is not clear, please let me know, okay? Because I'm here to help you guys. All right. What's next? All right. Fit as a fiddle. I don't even remember where this came up. I don't remember. But yeah, fit as a fiddle. What does this mean? So I will give you a sample sentence and maybe you can figure it out. I think you can figure it out. You guys are smart. All right. And this is also another true sentence. I wasn't feeling well last week, but today I'm fit as a fiddle. Did you get it? So I'm healthy. I'm feeling good. So it's not like fitness fit, because I'm not that. But it's more like I'm feeling good. I'm feeling healthy. So yes, I'm feeling as fit as a fiddle. I don't know where it comes from. It's just one of those idioms. All right, next. So this is also a true sentence. So I've been running around like a chicken with its head cut off. I remember where I talked about this. Actually, has anyone else ever witnessed a chicken being killed? It's pretty grim. So, how can I say? I was on a farm, and on that farm they had, and on this farm, no, wrong one. But, so on that farm, there were chickens, and for that family, if they didn't kill so they ate the eggs from the chickens, and sometimes they would kill a chicken and eat the chicken. So that's where they got meat. They grew their own meat. So I had the opportunity to watch them, and I was no older than 12. So I was probably 10, 11 years old, not 12. And they said, hey, do you want to watch this, and I'm like, okay, why not? I'm bored, so. So, yeah, they took this little hatchet, this little axe, and they grabbed a chicken and they held its head and chopped its head right off. The chicken's body runs. It just runs. It doesn't know what it's doing. It's just running. It's really not something for a child to see, or anyone maybe. And the head is just gasping for air. It's really horrifying. So the chicken's head is like this. Like, oh my God! And of course, while the chicken's body is running around, there's blood coming out of the neck. No. I never ever want to see that again. But to run around like a chicken with your head cut off, this is a common idiom. We use this. So, yeah, it's just a little visceral for my taste. Anyways, next. Here we have the ties that bind. This was really interesting because the ties that bind, in Japanese, it's much easier to communicate this. So the ties that bind is really kind of kizuna. So it's this binding of, pause due to poor connection. Oh boy, I love it. I don't love it. I hate it. So the ties that bind, the kizuna, it's the strength of the bonds of the relationship. So the ties that bind, maybe it's also kind of that red string of fate. So the red string of fate is connecting with other people, and you're bound to those other people for a very long time, because they're part of your life, and part of your journey through life. So I was thinking about, especially my high school student. She's really had a bunch of troubles for this. But I feel like high school seniors this year, and probably last year too, are really missing out on many of the ties that bind. So they're really missing out on a lot of this closing ceremonies. And the closing ceremonies really makes kizuna. And for example, so my high school student, she was supposed to have her final sports day of her high school life. And it was canceled because of, I think, rain, but also because, it had been reduced because of Corona. So it's just, there's a lot of young people who are really missing out in terms of that normal high school experience. And I mean, I can't really say, oh, this is exactly what you're missing, because I've never been a Japanese high school student. But I know that a lot of kind of deep Japanese culture comes from their school days. And to have some of this interrupted and disrupted, I think it's going to have a long-lasting effect. So it's not good. I don't like it. Okay, next. All right, I have a question for you. How can you invite someone to lunch? It's neither formal nor informal. It's just a way. Any ideas? Well, I will tell you in just a second. If I can find it. I found it. What are you doing for lunch? What are you doing for lunch? Yeah. This is a really common and simple way for us to ask, what are you doing for lunch? Are you going out? If you're going out, do you want to go together? Yeah. So what are you doing for lunch? I'm working at my desk. I'm just going to eat a sandwich. That's all I have time for. There's many different ways to respond. But the way to ask the question is, what are you doing for lunch? So what are you? What are you? So what I'll do is I will stop sharing and I'll do some of this. Hopefully it syncs. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you? What are you? What are you doing for lunch? What are you doing for lunch? Yeah. Okay. So practice that one. It's good. It's a good one. Next. And I have an English riddle. Okay. All right. So Nick and John are at a presentation. Nick is bored. John is boring. Which one is giving the presentation? Very interesting. Any ideas? Any ideas? You can type them. I will take a drink of water because I'm thirsty for some reason because I'm sitting here in this room talking to myself like a weirdo. No, no one? No one's going to answer? All right. John is giving the presentation. John is giving a boring presentation. It is boring. Nick is bored. He's like, oh, I am so bored. I hear this many times where bored and boring where bored and boring are mixed up. So it's it's a little bit tricky. So yeah. So bored, I am bored. So if you say I am boring, sorry to hear that you're boring. So also interested and interesting. I'm interesting. You can't call yourself interesting. Someone else can call you interesting. Oh, she's really interesting. Amy's lessons are so interesting. But yeah, so you can't use interesting or boring. Well, maybe for yourself you can't. Maybe you can't use ing talking about yourself. I am interesting. I am boring. Yeah, these don't work. Maybe. Something to think about. All right, next. All right, today, we have a theme today. My God, what? This is like almost professional. Just kidding, it's not. All right, so business English time. Yeah, everybody loves business English or whatever. So yes, so I taught a lesson. Sorry, fast English. I taught a lesson about, in business English, about trying to meet requirements. So the theme of the lesson was you're coordinating this conference and, company A wants this many chairs and, projection setup and audio equipment, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And you represent the company that can provide this, but which I like about this book. What happens is they give you these scenarios that are kind of pretty real. So what you have to do is you have to do problem solving, because basically what the solution is sorry company A, you want to present at this event, but we don't have space for you. So it's like, okay, thanks for nothing. But anyways, Yeah, so trying to meet requirements was the theme. Okay, so I'll give you a couple of highlights that I liked about this lesson. Okay, so trying to meet requirements. Okay, so for example, when we're trying to meet requirements, but the offer that you have, this is your best offer. This is all you can do. So when the offer you have is not 100% of what the client wants, okay? So this is they want A, B, and C, but you can only satisfy B and C, but A, sorry, I just can't. Then what you would say is the best I can do is. So what you would say is the best I can do is B and C. Unfortunately, A is not available or something like that. Okay? So the best I can do is and then your best offer. Okay? So another thing that's really important when you're dealing with this is apologizing. There's so many different ways to apologize. We're just going to take a look at 3 of them, and this was relevant in terms of this particular lesson. So again, there's a million different ways to apologize in an email or in person. So here's a few. Here's a few. Okay, I'm sorry, but I'm sorry to say that. I'm sorry to inform you that. So, for example, I'm sorry, but A is not available. I'm sorry to say that A is not available. I'm sorry to inform you that A is not available. It's all the same thing, okay? So it's just a different way. And honestly, a good rule of thumb, who says this? I say it, everybody says it. A good rule of thumb, meaning good general rule, is the longer the sentence, the more formal. So if after the ... for everything is A is not available, okay? I'm sorry, but A is not available. It's not casual, but it is the least formal. So again, it's not casual, but it is the least formal. So, and the least polite, but it's still polite. But if you just want to say so it's kind of like, sumimasen desu ga, blah, 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 right? But if you say moshiwake arimasen kedo, right? So it's longer. So it's the same kind of thing in Japanese, okay? All right, next. So you can use any of those. It's fine. Okay. Something that you have to be careful about is choosing your wording at the end of an email. So choosing your words at the end of an email really directs what is expected of the reader, the recipient, the person who's receiving this email. So it depends on what you want them to do. Okay? So what my student had said in this situation, and remember, we're talking about requirements still. So we're talking about requirements. So if you say, let me know if you have any questions. Normally, this is great. I love this line. I use this line all the time. Even now, all the time, I use it. Let me know if you have any questions. Sending notes, let me know if you have any questions. Here, let me know if you have any questions. I use it all the time. But if you've just written an email, hello, company, and I'm so sorry, the best I can do for your situation is offer you B and C. I'm sorry to say that A is not available. Please let me know if you have any questions. Wait. So do you want them to just receive the email and not do anything? Because that's kind of what it sounds like, right? So there's no what's known as a call to action. So a call to action is, this is what I need from you. So here's this email going to you. So we say it like a ball, right? The ball's in your court, like a tennis ball, right? So if I have the tennis ball, it's my turn to do something. Then I give the ball back to you. Now it's your turn to do something, okay? If you finish with, please let me know if you have any questions, they're not going to say anything. Do you know why? The recipient, remember the person who's receiving the email, may think they don't have to do anything unless they have a question. Oh my God. But no, I need them to tell me, is it okay or what? Is it okay? Do you want this room? Because I have other companies that want this room. Okay. So you need to change your call to action. Okay. So at the end of that email, I recommend. So when you want them to confirm their choice, right? So, okay, so B and C is okay, A is not okay. Sorry, can't do it. When you want them to confirm their choice, say, please let me know whether this meets your requirements. Please let me know whether this meets your requirements, okay? Not if. So please let me know if this meets your requirements. You're opening the door to something a little tricky, because if they say yes or if they say no, どっちか? どっち? I don't know which one. Is it yes? Is it no? So if they say yes, thank you, or no, thank you, which one? I don't know. Okay. So whether it meets your requirements. The reason we use this is because okay. The use of the word whether, it means that you need an answer either way. Or not is implied. So if you want to say, please let me know whether or not this meets your requirements, that's fine. That's fine. Either way is okay for that. Okay? So if you just want to say whether this meets your requirements, that's fine. It's great. So both are fine. Don't worry about, oh, which one should I use? Either way is fine. I would use either one. So actually, I would use the shorter one because it means less typing. It's my lazy way. So, all right. Let's see. I think that is going to be it for the... Yes. We finished everything. Yay. Nice. Nice. So yeah, perfect. That was just about an hour. Very nice. And yeah. So, let's see. Do you guys have any questions for me? I like questions. Give me questions. Oh, somebody give me hearts. Thanks. I love hearts. Yeah, so it's been a pretty crazy week, but I'm not sick like last time, so thank goodness. I just had the 1-day fever, so that was fine. But yeah, so I love this. This stuff is so good. Oh, let me flip it. This stuff is so good. I love it. So exciting. It's like I want to drink more coffee right now, but I know I really shouldn't because I have to get up not early. It's not early I have to get up. I love doing my job because I very rarely have to wake up early. I hate waking up early. It's like, ugh, no. Yeah, good stuff. So tomorrow, my plan is to put up some flyers. I'm going to put up definitely one flyer. Maybe two. Probably not two. God, I hate the rain. Ugh. I don't like wet feet. And it's so humid. I'm just sweating so much already, and summer's gonna kill me. I'm gonna be murdered by summer. That's all there is to it. But it's okay. I'll have my socks, my good socks. Yeah, maybe pay me, sock people. I'm so greedy. I'm like, hey, people get free stuff. I don't want free stuff though. So sometimes people like to do videos and they're like, oh, look at this makeup. And they have companies send them bunches of makeup and stuff. And I'm just like, I don't need more stuff. I don't need much more stuff. Just no. But the things, yeah, I can always use more coffee. Let's be real. I love coffee. Yeah. Maybe get a coffee sponsor. Sponsored by Starbucks. Yay. Dreams. Yeah. Because Hoshino again crushed my one dream. So sad. Still, I'm not over it. I finally did get over my Nihonji no Hatsukoi when he got married. So for SMAP, most people's number one is like Kimutaku. Oh, I love Kimutaku. I don't like Kimutaku. Yeah, he's handsome. Yeah, he's talented. I don't like his personality. I think he's very like, he's too cool for everyone. So he's like, oh, I'm too cool for you. Yuck. So yeah, he's a good singer. He's a very good dancer. And he's a great actor, but I don't like him. But yeah, my Nihonji no Hatsukoi, my first Japanese love was SMAP's Kusanagi Tsuyoshi. I love him. I do. And then he went and got married at the end of last year. And no Hoshino again is... So I don't know. Yeah. Oh, Kazumi's husband's going to bed. Good night. Yeah, I think we're going to finish. Okay. So maybe he's getting jealous. All right. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. I'm going to try to upload this. I hope Instagram does not crash or make it weird. Just please pray for me. Pray for my Instagram. All right. Okay, guys, thank you so much. I'll see you next week, okay? Go to the what do you call it? The profile. So my Instagram profile, and copy that YouTube link. I have 9 subscribers right now. Ooh. But if I get up to 100 subscribers, then I can change that crazy URL. So yeah, it's like youtube.com/channel/ alien language. But if I get 100 subscribers, I can unlock my own thing. So I could just make Amy's English Lab as the channel. Oh, difficult. All right. Thanks. But I can't speak English. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Wow, 7 people today. I'm so excited. Yeah, so I hope to reach and help more people as time goes on. So thank you so much for supporting me early. I really appreciate it. All right, guys, I'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye.